Hi there everyone, welcome back to Aidans Railways. It's been a little while since my last video. I'll be honest with you, I could have made other videos, but I've had other things going on as well and they've took priority. For instance, it's the summer holidays now, so I've had children who did go back to school. I've been having to deal with them, and obviously they've broken up now. We've had to do something because of the summer holidays. We did have a holiday planned at good old Butlins, but although they opened up recently, they didn't open up when we would have been there. So that's been transferred to about 12 months later, and had to do something. So we've actually been all over the place, and unfortunately a lot of the railways weren't open. There'll be a few photos pop up in a minute. And if you have seen some of my much earlier videos from last year and things like that, you'll actually know that I'm involved with my brother and some classic cars. And over the last 12 months, we acquired another one. It's been fully restored, and I do mean fully restored, stripped down to the bare metal, and repainted. And it was sort of its baptism going back out onto the road. And well, we hoped it would have been at a number of other shows, and of course they've all been cancelled because of COVID. But one did go away. One did actually go ahead in Hartlepool, and there'll be a picture flashing up there of that. And we managed to get two of the Mark 1 Cavaliers out there and get them shown off a bit. Lovely to drive. I've got to say, I was driving the blue one, and it was absolutely beautiful to drive. It's not a huge distance from us, but it is a fair distance, and it just cruised smoothly along the road. To be honest, when you were driving it, you would have been forgiven to think you were in a new car. So we did that. We went over to the lakes. We went over to the North Yorkshire Moors, Whitby and Scarborough and all that thing. And unfortunately, the North Yorkshire Moors wasn't open, but we did get to. We drove through to Goathland, and we saw the actual. We had a quick look at the station. It's not somewhere that I frequent all the time, but I have been there quite a lot, especially in my younger years as a child. But we did get to see a lot of the actual staff down there doing work in preparation for opening up, which they now are. So I've had all those sort of things going on, and we visited friends and all that sort of thing, and finally managed to get to see my mother after all these months, because she's been isolating. So all of these things have been going on, so all of these videos took a bit of a sort of back line for the time being, but there's actually quite a lot of videos that I need to get uploaded. A fair amount of purchases made over the lockdown, the proper lockdown we'll call it, that still haven't been uploaded, and some videos on the modifications to some of the locos that I've recently purchased and things like that. I get a lot of questions about the A4 build, the O-gauge A4 build. It is progressing. In fact, I'll just give you this is currently the bulkhead, firebox, all that sort of thing. The chassis is a fair way along. It doesn't look like a lot, but there is actually a huge amount of work involved in that. And I can see why the program, the actual part works was weekly, because sometimes some of these items, they need to stand for a very good time. And you can just see there's some holes I've just drilled. They're going to be going along. There's all this. It's quite a hefty project, and it does take up a lot of time. Unfortunately, there was a lot of time-lapse video that I recorded during the lockdown period getting to that stage. And unfortunately, I'll say it again, lost it all. I had been using a laptop, which I will not deny I have owned since about 2012, maybe 2011, and it finally gave up the ghost. Now, the majority of the items on that laptop were already backed up on external hard drives. I have a habit of doing that. I don't know if you do, but unfortunately, the more recent items, such as those time-lapse videos, lost forever. In the meantime, I've had to buy an all-new PC because I need it, as well as that children doing schoolwork and things like that. So that footage has gone, and it can't be replaced. You know that. you're building a project. So unfortunately, it's unlikely that I'll probably able to do a little video as I move on further on, just explain where it got to, but that video footage has gone. It wasn't a huge amount, because if you've built something like that in the past, or you're doing it now, you'll know it's quite time consuming. A time lapse that could last for 4 hours will be shrunk down to a matter of seconds, coming up to at tops a minute or two, and you feel like you've been at it for ages, and it just flies over. You couldn't have that in real-time footage, because it just takes forever and it would be incredibly boring. But it is progressing, but I am taking my time with it. There's a few items I've had to order because my mini drill that burnt out. I've got to say, the casting for that body shell is incredibly strong. I've been going through micro drill bits, and they're not cheap ones either, quite rapidly. There's a couple of those holes I've just drilled there that you would be forgiven to thinking you're trying to drill through concrete with a wood drill. It's I just hope there's no more real difficulties with it. But that's the O-gauge project anyway, so there won't be a very quick update in regards to that video wise. There are a number of locomotives that bought some rolling stock, and there's some I would call gimmicky Hornby sort of scenic things functioning. They're actually more aimed at, when I purchased them, they're more aimed for Aidan anyway. These videos will come up. I'm going to try, it's pointless me trying to do a one long video on all of them, because the video would end up being over an hour long, and people's attention span just doesn't hang on for that length of time. There's only one YouTuber where I will sit down, and if they did an hour long video, I would watch it all the way through. And that's for personal reasons. But you know, there is literally only one, and I know that a lot of people are the same. So it's pointless me making a video that long. But this is more to let you know what's been going on, and that there are videos on their way. I've been getting an awful lot of comments recently. I haven't been replying to them very quickly, because obviously there have been other things going on, and travelling around and trying to get some of this fresh air instead of being cooped up in the house. The train room has took a drastic move. At the moment you can see the shelves behind me, which you normally do, and I'm sat down. What you can't see is the fact that the flooring's been changed. There's markings all over it. It's showing exactly where all of the uprights and surface area, let's say, for my layout, or I lie, Aidan's layout will actually be. That one's it's quite an extensive build, and I'm trying to maximise the absolute most of the room available without making it, you know, too cramped and unusable as a room as well. I have been purchasing a number of items for my layout, mainly because before I even get to that stage of building my one, Aidan's will always take priority. My one, however, the locomotives and rolling stock, there's quite a lot of tweaking needs to be done, and I'm purchasing the items and they have to be modified and so on. But I'll explain that in certain videos where I'm showing you the items I've purchased. Katie's layout, that's quite funny because it always comes in and comes out. I can barely get to build it before she's actually pulling it down and putting it to one side and things like that. So it's been quite hectic here. A lot of things going on, trying to make up for months and months of lockdown. I still haven't returned to work. I'm still on furlough. Some people will be clapping their hands and saying, oh great, paid money for nothing, all that sort of thing. But I still don't stop. I'm constantly doing something. There is also part of me that's slowly going around the bend because of the fact that you know that you've got to go back to work at some point, and you're wondering, will I have the ability to do what I was doing previously? Because a lot of things are going out of my head at the moment in regards to what I do for a living. So there's a lot been going on. I haven't forgot about you all. We also went over the 400 subscribers mark. That's madness. It didn't seem that long ago. I was just saying, whoa, we've gone over 300 subscribers, and it is catapulting. We've gone over the 1 year threshold of doing videos. I really did hope to have a lot more videos of railways and the classic car thing going on, but it wasn't to be this year. So I know a lot of people have been doing massive builds and catching up on things and all that sort of thing, but at the end of the day, there's children in this house, and one of them, as you know, he has special needs, and although he's absolutely classic fella, it takes priority. Also, I've had a birthday, so that's been going on as well. Katie's had a birthday, and so an awful lot has been going on in relation to the household. So I hope you enjoy the videos that are going to be coming up. I'm not going to space them out. I am probably just going to get them up as quick as I can. Then you can catch up and you can see what's been going on and look at some of these items. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're all keeping well, and I shall see you soon in the next videos. Bye for now.